My eyes burn! My throat burns! Oh no, I missed! No! Yes! No! God dang it! Hey everyone, and welcome back to Forza Horizon 6. Today we're going to be doing more career mode stuff. I don't know exactly what I want to do. Well, actually no, I do know what I want to do. I want to do more track racing. More of the road racing events. But beyond that, I don't really have a good idea for what I want to do. Oh, I'm at the festival. Okay. Well, that's interesting. We're here in the McLaren Sabre. I haven't actually driven this car yet. This interior is pretty wild. I love that. Wing mirror's even more wild. Drift's pretty interesting. Oh wow, that's fantastic. Anyway, yes, I want to do some road racing. That sounds like fun. Let me get rid of this. Let's see what we got here. We got a sprint, we got 2 sprints. I'd prefer not to do that today. Might not get the choice, though. We finished it, but we didn't win it. That was in retro sports cars. Okay. Let's see here. I think what we'll do is we'll do both of the sprints in today's video.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Anytime it's safe to do it when I do it. Anyway, I'll see you guys at the event.
You have arrived at your destination.
Alright, we made it to the first festival sprint. Hot hatch, okay. Do I? Oh, I only have a Focus RS. Not a bad car, but I am a little concerned about mid-range acceleration. Especially in a field that includes a Type R. That Type R I should have more power than, but still. Some of my extra drivetrain loss I feel is going to hurt me. It's going to help on the launch, but beyond that, didn't help all that much. That Type R got away like a stabbed rat, apparently. See if I can't pass this other Focus R. I'm going to be on the outside. I'm going to let off just a bit. Try to dive up the inside here. Oh, they did not brake as early as I was hoping they were going to. Maybe a little sideways. I got past one, but I'm letting another one through. Dang it. Alright, I'm going to be right side by side. Once again, I'm going to try to brake later. I think we held on to the position there. Yep. Now we just got to get past him again. It's been a long time since I've seen him again like that. I think it's a Megane RS 275 actually, which is pretty cool. 27% of the way through this sprint, so I got a long time to make up positions and get past 9th. Issue is, I'm not gaining on these straights. I really haven't driven this car enough to be confident with it in the braking zones, let alone some of the corners. See, and I just locked up like crazy there. What we're gonna do, I think, send the car to the corner. See, it locks up very early. Trying to use the power to push understeer. There we go. Oh, okay, that is actually very tight. I was like, I don't need to brake. No, forehead, you probably should. Actually, factually. I'm trying to see if I can't catch up. Like I said, I wish... It's crazy, because this car has 350 horsepower, and I'm not gaining on a Renault that has less than 300. And I don't care that it's lighter. It's not that. It shouldn't be that much lighter than this car. In the corners, that lightness would make sense, but not on the straights. Not above 100 and, well, not above 100 miles per hour at all. Brake balance seems to be letting me down a little there. Try to use the RPM for torque. We've only made up one position and we're 70% of the way through. This is the one thing that I don't like about racing these stock cars. try to get past the Civic here, is that the other cars, in my view, they seem to be modified slightly to the point where they're literally equal to this, and I have no advantage whatsoever. Unless I drive dirty, and I don't want to do that. But it's basically the only way to have an advantage, and so it sucks. They just braked. Come on. Didn't really want to shift for that, but okay. We got an R32 Golf, which makes 50 less horsepower than this does. We're up into 5th. But I couldn't get any higher than that, and now okay, great. 5th. See, like I said, I don't like racing stock cars. I don't have the advantage I'd like to have. I still can't believe a Civic from 2016 beat me. I think that's nonsense. I call bull. Let's try this again. See if I can't tune the car in any... There's no way to tune it other than the diff. Great! Let's try again. Okay, we're gonna have to slow down a little bit more than that. Really pushing me out wide. Got past the Renault. We're at least in 7th at 26. That's not bad. It's actually got a little tow hook on. That's because it has a splitter, though. Once again, these cars are modified to be equal to me, and that's BS. If I'm in a stock car, they should be in a stock car, regardless of how low... Actually, regardless of how big the PI discrepancy is. I will say, that is one of my big irritations with this car, is it's super easy to lock up. Like, I swear, I'll be at 25% or maybe 40% on the trigger pressure, and it's already starting to lock up. Not 25, definitely close to 40 on my trigger pressure, and it already starts locking up. It's like, dude, I'm not even halfway, and I hear the tires screeching in pain. What are you talking about? That transition is not fun in this car. Very irritating. Because I'm trying to not hit the inside corner. But I'm also trying to late apex it slightly. Get a better run so I can get on the throttle faster. Couldn't really do it. I'm going to try and draft and hope that I get brought up to the back of this Focus RS. I'm close before the corner. I think I'm far enough along to have a lunge. Let off a little, get back on it. We're in 6th at least. I'm gonna try to carry too much speed. Carried way too much speed. Might want to scrub with the brakes. Gonna go back a little bit further. Because I don't have to brake initially. But definitely harder later, like then. So I'm trying to bring myself up to the rear of this Focus RS so I can make a lunge somewhere. There we go. Pull, pull, pull. I need more draft. I hate hitting the walls because I don't want to wall ride like that, but it is working. Being very scruffy is working. We're at least in 3rd now. We got a huge gap to the cars in front of us, with not a lot of time to fix it. That almost worked. Try to make up as much time as possible, but there might not be anything I can do to make up that much time. We're basically at 90%. Third might be as good as I get. Very annoying, but until I modify this car, I just can't catch the Hondas. Yep, still couldn't catch him. But we at least got a little closer this time around. Real shame, though.
Okay, Cody, what do you want to do?
None of these. I think what we'll do, let me check. Because if that next event is the same deal, B600. So it's only B600. Let's upgrade. Nope. Let's do that, travel, and upgrade the car a little bit.
Welcome back.
It's already B588. Not a lot to upgrade then. Do this and check. Yeah, 350, 350 pound-feet of torque as well. Doesn't actually help with handling, which is sad. Looks epic. Like, very, very cool, but doesn't actually help with anything. I'd be tempted to go rear-wheel drive. Apparently that actually does a lot. It worsens the handling. Helps the launch. No idea how it does that. Then, funny that we could put a V8 in it. We're not going to do that. I'm trying to think. Because I don't really care for top speed, but at the same time, handling is not the car's weak point. I don't mind the mud flaps. Apparently, it gives me one extra PI, which is kind of nice. Neither of these really make a difference to me. We really don't have a lot. I'm not sure the brakes need to be improved. What I need is less weight. Suspension improvements would help, but they sort of only bring up the handling by 2. I'm not sure. To me, handling improvement, that's usually where I like to make up my time anyway. It's interesting how doing that actually gives me more PI than the race one. If we do any level of weight reduction. Because we can get rid of, I think this is 85 pounds. We could get rid of 85 pounds, which isn't bad, not really amazing either. We can't change the tire compound. That's great. I don't know why you'd need to increase the front track width, but okay. Rear isn't bad, doesn't really do a lot. We're already at 235 up front. We could go to 265. That's not bad either. And 265 at the rear. Let's see what happens when we go for lightweight wheels. I have a feeling. So negative 24. I know which one is it? Because these are the work wheels. It's the Wed Sports that I'm looking for. It's not those. These. It's 24 pounds. It's sort of only 24 pounds, but it should be 24 pounds per corner. If we go, say we do the exhaust, because the biggest advantage of doing the exhaust is it's lighter. Can we do the exhaust? There we go. The nice thing is that it's extra power and less weight. Helps with the launch. I think we're not going to do that. We're going to go for handling. We're going to go for all the drivetrain modifications to improve the car. Or not drivetrain, the handling mods. Brakes don't give us a lot of PI to work with. We're going to go for the race suspension because it's only, what, like 2 PI. We're going to go for the anti-roll bars. We're going to go for that. Then we're going to go for brakes. Can't go for the race. We can go for the sport brakes, though. Hopefully that'll prevent us from locking up quite as bad. Tempted. If we go for that, that's actually, what, 28 pounds? But it does increase the PI. I feel like I'd be more tempted to go with bigger tires, particularly up front, to reduce understeer. It's tough to say. We could do that, or we could go here. That increases it as well. I'm trying to see, is there an argument for doing... Nope, we can't do the race. Okay. We could do that. It would increase launch a little bit. It would help acceleration. I'm trying to think, is there anything that we could do? Problem is the race adds a lot of weight that I don't want. If we go for the flywheel, that gets rid of 13 pounds. Apparently it doesn't help handling, but it does help acceleration and launch. Can't do that. Definitely not going to do that. That's full. That's full. I think what we're going to do is the tires. We're going to do the width. We're going to go for 1. Give the front end a little more authority. And then what we're going to do is the drive line. I think that'll be good enough. It's a little bit lighter, should handle a lot better. Hopefully, with all those changes, we'll be able to get to the front more easily. Alright, next event. Alright, here we go. We have another sprint race. It's a festival solo. And I can't use my current car. Damn it. Honestly, I think... So 5886, that one's 600. 276 versus 184. Let's use the Cup. I'm curious to see how this car drives. It's a couple hundred pounds lighter than my GR86. But it's way down on power and torque. I'm not entirely convinced I'm about to enjoy this, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I've never actually driven the Cup, so I'm really curious. That is a god-awful launch. It's interesting how you can't see most of the interior because you have the side bolster there. Speed's okay. The dash is really cool, though. Oh, okay, the regular dash still works as well. That might not be how it is on the real car, and they were just a little lazy, but you know what? It's whatever. Ooh, Lord. Really very close to the wall there. Ooh. I think I locked up a bit there. I need to remember that it's a momentum car, so I gotta carry as much corner speed as possible, because everything else in this field will murder me. The problem I have right now is I'm still not confident in the car's cornering abilities yet. So I don't know how much extra corner speed I can actually take yet, compared to every car around me. Also, another car that locks up ridiculously easily. Just gonna use you first. Not a bad car at all, but on a sprint with this many straights, it's not like I'm thinking about it in comparison to my BRZ, and all I'm thinking is my BRZ, or sorry, my GR86 would have done better there because it would have had more power. Like, there's not enough consistent cornering for the Miata Cup here to have an appreciable advantage, I don't think. We'll redeem some rewards. And we'll try that again. I just kept getting left in the straights, and again, I didn't trust the car enough in the corners. I didn't trust the car enough in the corners for me to go, oh yeah, no, this is definitely better. I can just zoom past everybody. It's like, no, I'm locking up all the time. The racing line's red, and I can't see where the exit of the corner is because I'm in a sea of metal, so I don't know how much corner speed. I don't know how much room I have to run off. So many things, so many little factors that made it difficult to tell. I think less cornering ability, but much more straight line ability is gonna be the winning factor here, the winning combo. And in that regard, my BRZ is definitely the better platform to use. Sorry, GR86. I'm seriously using, or even just thinking about the BRZ being the BRZ rather than the Toyota version. And what's funny about me saying all this about the Miata Cup is that my GR86 is actually set up like a GR86 Cup. It's mostly handling based. It's not a straight line car in the same way. As you can see by that mountain of understeer. Now, comparatively speaking, I did not like being on the inside of that corner. But yeah, comparatively speaking, it has a much better chance of keeping up in the straights than the Cup. It doesn't lock up quite as early. It's still too early for my liking, but it doesn't flinch at 40% brake pressure, at least as it seems to feel on my left trigger. Come on. See, same maneuver, but with a lot more entry speed. Look at all this grip. But enough power to actually accelerate through the corner. It also helps that I have a better idea of where the track actually goes this time around, and some idea of where I can ignore the racing line and where I can't, but even still. I'd say this car has made a massive difference. It just pulls so much harder. Unfortunately, though, not hard enough towards the end. We're gonna have to rerun this because I am not getting third twice in the same video. I think my time was a lot better than it was with the Cup. Way too fast. Should have kept trail braking just a little. That didn't make the pass? Damn. That's the annoying thing about being that far back. Is you either bonsai it, rather full send it into the corner way too late just to make up the distance for the next corner. Or you brake at the correct point at the right pressure and maintain the distance. No in between. That was actually a solid move. Problem is I keep running into cars and they keep slowing me down. We are beating the crap out of that bull. The Miata ran wide anyway. AI should have fought that, though. Now I got a GR Corolla with about as much power as I have in this car, but with all-wheel drive. But my chassis dynamics are a lot better. Nope, can't hit that wall. Oh my god, the GR was actually catching up. Well, the Corolla, rather, because technically I am already a GR, but anyway. I wonder, I might not be able to take that flat, but I really wonder if I can take it. If I set the car up better, because I sort of saw the corner late. Okay, got good turn in, even at these speeds, because it turned in too early. I don't, again, it's not flat, but I really wonder how much I can ignore the racing line there. How much speed I can actually take into this corner. A whole hell of a lot is the answer. Because that got me way close to that Type R. That is exactly what I needed. Now I just got to be clean going into this next corner. Clean enough. Clean enough to get first. Hell yeah. Now we just got to run away. Hold the line. I'm going to let off a little because I'm running wide. I'm going to get back on the throttle. Good. Well, that Miata's starting to catch me. Parked it on the apex, couldn't do anything. Second gear for this. There we go. Woo! That was a little too tight there. Now we just got to run away with it. Ooh. That's the only problem with the street circuits is getting... Oh, Lord. Way too close. Getting all out of shape on the curves. Quite literally the curves. Not racing curves, but street curves. Often ends up messing up how the car's gripping to the track. Yeah, no you don't. No you don't. Got two Miatas now. Yeah, it ends up messing up how the car's gripping and induces understeer, which is very, very frustrating. Thank God we still clutched the dub, but yeah, so you gotta really kind of avoid the curves. We're a couple hundredths of a second faster. But yeah, you really gotta avoid the curves because they start inducing understeer in corners you should be fine in, and that's no bueno. In any case, though, I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Forza Horizon 6. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, share, and consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Please make sure you hit the little notification bell, and then all notifications. That way you're notified every time I upload. I will see you all next time.